Hi. So, first of all, thanks for coming tonight, my party. No, I'm kidding. I was asked at the beginning of the year if I would do my story. So this is a little bit about me. My story started 14 years ago, and I've got a photo because tomorrow's Mother's Day, and this is all I've got left of my mum. Because of this faulty gene. So I just wanted her to be with us tonight. While I am talking, I just want you to think about the word inherit and what it means to you, and then I'll tell you what it means to me. So Becky said it's 6 years ago, but actually my story started 15 years ago when my mum got diagnosed with ovarian cancer, which is also known as the silent killer. So before my mum found out, it was too late. She was already stage 4. As she was diagnosed, the hospital asked me and my sister to go for testing, and my GP said, don't be stupid, it's not hereditary, there's no way you've got cancer. So me and my sister went back to the hospital with my mum and said, nope, it's not hereditary, there's no such thing. And we just carried on nursing my mum. She was a good fighter. She went on for 4 years, and she was a really, really brave lady, and my best friend. And because she was my best friend, some of you may have got close connections with your mum. When anything goes wrong in my life, the one person that I want is my mum. So, you know, if you're poorly, I just used to cry and say, that's who I wanted to see. While my mum was dying, my sister-in-law, who was a big part of my family, was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so my 2 boys were growing up with their nan dying from ovarian cancer, and now their auntie had got breast cancer. And we told them that it'd be okay, that breast cancer was quite easy to treat. And the day that my mum died, my sister-in-law had a mastectomy, and I had to ring the hospital to let them know. She came out of hospital, we were still convinced that she would be absolutely fine. And then 2 years later, as she was coming towards the end of her life because it was terminal breast cancer, my sister developed breast cancer at the age of 39. So I got a little bit paranoid watching my boys growing up and people saying it's all right because you've got boys, they'll be absolutely fine, there's no need to worry. And I went back to the doctors again, who again said, you're paranoid, there's no such thing as hereditary cancer and there's no link to it. Luckily for us, the hospital decided that they needed to do a history of the family, and that's when they decided to do the testing on my sister. And it's different wherever you live, and Wendy's really good with this, is because wherever you live, they do different, and we live in Rotherham, and in Rotherham you had to have a dead relative and a living relative to find out whether you'd got the faulty gene. My sister found out she'd got the faulty gene, and I said I want testing, and whatever the outcome, if I've got it, I want surgery, I want rid of everything. And being a woman, all I kept thinking is everything that makes me a woman is potentially my killer. And the person that I wanted was my mum, but she wasn't there. So I went for the testing to be told that I am a BRCA2 carrier. And the first thing I said was, I need to speak to other people who were the same. Surely we can't be the only family in the world. And I was told that there was nothing really out there. We got the diagnosis, you went home and you dealt with it. And a lot of people in my situation, you go home. I cried a lot. I thought about dying. I thought about my boys. And then I'd gone to Bakewell one day in the school holidays with the boys trying to have a little bit of fun. And I came home, it was a Friday, and there was a letter on the doorstep, and the geneticist had sent me a private letter and said, there's a helpline, you can't see nobody, but you can speak to somebody. And it was Wendy and Becky's phone number. And I rang Wendy, and it was 7 o'clock at night, and I thought, this is really late. Now I know Wendy, I know it's not really late at all, but at the time I did think it was really late. And I rang her and apologised, and I'm not going to lie, I was curled up in a ball, crying on the phone, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to die. And spoke to Wendy, and she was like, really upbeat, and really, it's going to be okay. And I was like, okay, this woman sounds all right. And she said, do you know where Chatsworth is? Because we're doing a stall at Chatsworth tomorrow. And I said, yeah, I know where Chatsworth is. We've been to Bakewell today, but we can come tomorrow. And I arranged with the boys and said, look, we're going to go out for the day tomorrow. And as the day came, and I thought, I can't do this, I can't face it. My emotions were everywhere. And then Wendy phoned and said, I'm going to be a bit late. Can you meet me a bit later? And then I was like, oh God, I've got to go now. She said, will you meet me later? So I got the boys in the car, and I'd said to the boys driving, we're going to meet a lady today who has the gene, who also has had surgery. And my eldest son, who was 13 at the time, turned and said, do you realise, Mum, the lady we're going to meet today saved your life? And it was like, oh my God, it's so true. And we went to meet Wendy and Becky. And does anybody know Becky? Because she's really quiet. The first thing Becky did was take me onto a tour bus and showed me her boobs. The boys stayed outside the tour bus. Yeah, I had a good look at the boobs and actually got to feel at the boobs and thought, life's not too bad. Yeah. But what that then did was, do you know what? These two women were stood there telling me that life's going to be okay. You're not on your own, and we will make sure you're not on your own. And what Wendy does is she's really good at putting you in touch with other, we call the BRCA babes because we are special. And there are some BRCA babes in the room with us today. And these are people that I would never have met without Wendy. And when I say there's a special bond, we go on holidays together. We have weekends away. We do a lot of show and tell. We support each other because sometimes we have surgery and it doesn't go right straight away. And it's like, this has happened and it's all right, come on, we can get through this. And we help each other a lot. So what the helpline actually does is I've got my biological family, but I've got my special family. I've got my BRCA family who are in the room, quite a lot of them. Do you want to wave? Yeah, my BRCA sisters.
I think we have some other BRCA people as well, right at the back. So if you are a BRCA sister,
Hi,
wave
BRCA.
your hand. Wherever you are, you're all part of us, that's it.
Yeah. There's no getting away, Hayes. I can see you at the back. But it means so much more because the money that you help raise makes people realise it's not a life and death situation. And even if it is sad for some of us, because like I said, my Mother's Day tomorrow will be with this photo. But I've got people around me that understand. And Helen, on our table today, we've got quite a lot in common because both of us, both our sisters had cancer. And people say, if you're a BRCA, what's the word that you use? Are you brave? Are you a survivor? And some people think that they cheat, that we're cheated. We've cheated cancer. But the only way that I could cheat cancer was to lose my mum and my sister to go through the horrific cancer. And Helen's the same. We have sisters. And when we've said that to people, they look at us and they'll go, no, that's not right. But we have an understanding. You know, and it's really important to have these people. But without Wendy and Becky, I wouldn't have these people in my life. And Wendy is a guardian angel. And what you do by coming and supporting this means that people are not on their own anymore. And it really, really is an amazing charity. And can I just say, I'm so glad that you put ovarian in there, because that means the world, because a lot of people always say about the breast cancer, but my mum suffered from ovarian, and it's amazing. So tonight when I saw that, I was like, I can't thank you enough for raising the awareness.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please give our Dawn a massive round of applause? Babe, thank you so much.